Hi, thanks for coming back to the Fork Drop. It's that time of year where everyone is Irish, so we're gonna jump right in. It's the first time I've ever done corned beef and cabbage, so let's get cooking. Let's go over the ingredients real quick. Obviously, we're gonna need some beef. We're gonna use corned beef. I always get this pre-packaged one. You can use any flat cut brisket. I like this one just because it's already cut to a good size, right at 3 pounds. It comes with a pre-packaged spice pack that we're gonna throw in there later. Then we're gonna go with garlic. You know me, cheap and easy, pre-done garlic. You're gonna need 8 cloves. Beef broth, we're gonna use a quart of the beef broth. Again, unsalted. Everything else is so salty already. A whole onion. I've already cut it up into 4 big slices. 2-3 cups of carrots, and a pound to a pound and a half of small potatoes. And finally, cabbage. You can't have corned beef and cabbage without the cabbage. There were a bunch of small heads of cabbage at the store. None of them looked great. And then I was also thinking the last time I had this, I've never made it before, but the last time I had it, there was huge chunks of cabbage and it was kind of stinky, kind of gross. I got this crazy idea. I thought, I'm gonna go get the pre-shredded bag of coleslaw cabbage. There's 3 different kinds in here. And then you can kind of fish around it or just use it as a garnish on top. I'm gonna go ahead and cook some with it. But when it's done, we'll be pulling that meat out of there. We'll be dropping potatoes and carrots on top. And then if you just wanna sprinkle some cabbage on top just to make it, fully Irish, then do that. I'm gonna throw some in the broth as well, just to see how it turns out. Like I said, it's my first time. Let's get weird with it. Hey, fun fact about corned beef. Actually has nothing to do with corn. When I was doing a little bit of research on this, I found out that they used to cure the meat with big chunks of rock salt, and they called those corns of salt. So you're looking around the ingredients and you don't see any corn. I don't know. It's corns of salt. Sounds kind of stupid. Okay, like I said, I get this pre-packaged stuff. Go ahead and get it open, get that juice down in there. It's about 2 3/4 to 3 pounds. And it comes with this pre-packaged spice pack. I like that as well. I'll go ahead and leave in the description of the video the ingredients if you want to make your own little spice pack, but this is pretty good. So yeah, step 1, let's get that beef in there. Step 2, let's get our 4 cups of beef broth. And as you can see, I've got it on the saute mode already just to get it to heat up a little bit faster. But here we go, 4 cups. I'm not measuring this out so scientifically because I actually have a measuring cup on the side right down there. And it's set up to 4 cups, 4 cup increments. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that all the way up to the 4. And then I'm gonna cut this open and get this in here. Next, the pre-packaged spice. I just drizzle that right on top. Some people dump it in the broth. We've got 1 large white onion. I just sliced it up into 4 big chunks. You can break it up and throw it all in there. I like to leave 1 little chunk right there on top center. And then our garlic. I use the minced garlic. You can use your own garlic chunks if you like. I don't like to. We're gonna do 8. Okay, so you can see the rest of our ingredients, the carrots and the potatoes. We're gonna add that in later after the meat is completely cooked. All that juice is gonna go down into that pot. It's gonna make a really nice broth. And so we'll throw that in there. All right, she's going. All the ingredients are in there. I'm gonna creep down here, and as you can see, again, I'm going with the Go Wise USA. And man, I've put some miles on this guy. She's been beat up pretty good. Either way, let's get to the manual settings. We're gonna go high. We're gonna set this for 90 minutes, an hour 30. Final step. Make sure you got a good seal. Make sure none of your ingredients fell in the little ridge there. Oh, see, got crazy with some garlic. Get that out of there. Everything else looks good. Lid goes on. And that pressure will start to build up there, 90 minutes. All right, we got the meat and the spices in the pot. That's going. That's gonna take 90 minutes. I know that seems like a long time. You see here on the pre-packaged corned beef that I got in the instructions, it shows if you're doing it in a pot on the stove, you're gonna be cooking it for 2.5 to 3 hours. Again, another reason that I love the Instapot. It's gonna build up pressure and it's gonna get that meat nice and tender. Since we got 90 minutes to kill, get the rest of the ingredients ready. I've already done the carrots, just do them on here. Chop up, like I said, some baby carrots, or if you have 3 or 4 really large carrots, slice those up into 2-inch chunks. I'm gonna go with these small potatoes here. You can use full on whatever potato you want. I like to just either have these or quarter them. So I'm just gonna wash these and then I'll go quarters today. What the heck? And of course, got the cabbage back here. Already explained that. I'm gonna throw that in when I get these in the pot as well. Oh yeah, and look, the side of the fridge, we got a couple of updates. Look at this. This was just about 1 year ago, before the whole pandemic broke out. Look, it's Whitney, Gakko. They were getting ready to get married. So here you go, 1 year anniversary, Whitney and Gakko. Congratulations. Put that right back there. We'll see what happens next. Like I said, it's just almost 1.5 pounds, all quartered up. These little ones, I never skin them. I just give them a real good scrubbing, good wash. I kind of like the color of the skin there. If you're using the big chunky potatoes, you want to skin those, make sure they're clean. Got them quartered up, quarters, halves, doesn't matter, just as long as they're chunky. Just like I like my women. You can see we still got full pressure. That's a good sign. Jeez, compared to my other stuff, 90 minutes seems like a really long time, so got some time to kill. Maybe I'll do some dishes or maybe just enjoy some Irish coffee while I wait. Still waiting on the pot here. Hasn't reached 90 minutes, but I thought while we're waiting, you might want to know a fun little fact about Ireland. You may not know this. Ireland is has one of the fastest growing populations in all of Europe. Do you know why? Because it's always Dublin. You should never lend money to a leprechaun because they're always a little short. Still waiting, just a few more minutes. But one more fun fact. This one is for my friend Gabriella. What's Irish and stays out all day and all night? Patio furniture. Okay, 90 minutes has finally come. Still got full pressure. You can natural release this. That's gonna take another 20, 30 minutes. Ain't nobody got time for that. We're hungry. So see here, pressure valves all the way up. That means this thing is full of pressure. We're gonna push this button to release. Other models, you turn a switch and it locks and releases so you can get your face out of the way. Don't worry, Linda, it's not gonna blow up. Release. The safety valve has dropped completely, so this thing's ready to go. Again, I'm gonna move my face away. I'm gonna keep releasing the pressure because it's still hot in there. And I'm going to turn and open it away from my face. Okay, all the pressure is released. Lift it away from your face. All the smoke comes out. All the flavors in there. The entire house smells like corned beef hash. It's delicious. So earlier, you remember I put the rack in there. You don't have to have the rack in there, but it does make it easier to get the meat out because this is gonna be really tender, really juicy, and it's just gonna be falling apart. So if you don't have the rack in there, you've got your tongs and you're trying to fish it out, it's no fun. So let's see if we can do it. I'm just gonna fish this through there because that metal's kind of hot. It'll knock some onion off of there, no problem. Get down in that broth. And then I'm just gonna, boom, raise it right on out of there. On to the cutting board. Okay, I'm gonna just let that rest a little bit. And now what we're gonna do is get the carrots, the cabbage, and the potatoes in the broth, cover the thing back up for another 6 minutes. In with the carrots, be careful not to splash. So I kind of like leave it up against the wall there and then use the bowl as a splash guard. Same thing here. Get these carrots in there, down in there. And then if you're gonna use a whole head of cabbage, we're just gonna guesstimate what that looks like. Bam. All your cabbage in there. Looks pretty good. Take your tongs, and slosh that around in all the fat, all the juice, all the spice. And then, again, you wanna make sure there's no onion and garlic down in the ridge. So we gotta get a really good seal on that. So again, carefully. Now it's already hot in there. There's still some steam in there. Get that latched on there. All right, we got our vegetables all the way down in there. Lid on, pressure's already starting to build up. I'm gonna go manual, high pressure for 6 minutes. And then when that's done, we're gonna do another fast release. All right, while the vegetables are cooking, you got a few minutes. This is rested a little bit. I'm gonna start to slice it. You go against the grain. The fat's all down there on the bottom. That's gonna keep it juicy. So we're just gonna get your favorite carver out. Get your fingers out of the way. Should be just a couple of strokes. I'm gonna do this nice and thin because I'm gonna make a Reuben sandwich later. Be on the lookout for that. Get this done right here. And then as soon as this is all sliced out, I'm gonna transfer it into the bowl because we're taking it to the St. Patty's Day party. All right, one more time. It's been in there. Gonna release all the pressure. It took longer to build the pressure up than it did to actually cook the stuff, so. Okay, again, you can see right here our little, oh, see it just dropped. All the pressure's out. Again, careful not to rest your arm on the metal. It's hot, careful not to touch the sides. Gonna give it a twist, and then open it away from your face. All right. Yeah, you can go 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes. Some people go 8. I don't really want my carrots and my potatoes to turn to mush. If you're not careful, they will. Oh yeah, that looks good. It turned out better than I thought. You can fish out some potatoes. Get those on the plate. I went ahead and left some raw cabbage on top just because I think it looks pretty. See, yeah, see, like 6 minutes. And your potatoes are already starting to fall apart kind of, so you want to be sure to probably max out at 4, 5, 6 minutes. Get you some carrots in there. All right, here we go. What do you think? Still steaming, still hot. It's nice and pink in the middle. It's very tender. You can see it was kind of falling apart when I was cutting it. Got my mushy potatoes. Like I said, maybe 6 minutes, a little long. But carrots, good consistency. Got the cabbage. Let's see what it do. Oh, geez, meat's falling apart. A little bit of meat. You know what? I'm gonna get a little bit of bite of cabbage on there. There you are, corned beef and cabbage. The meat's salty, just salty enough. Garlicky, soft potatoes. Jesus, potatoes are still hot. Get that cabbage. All right. All right. I like the shredded cabbage. It's not too cabbagey. I'd say got pretty lucky today with that fork drop.